Druid cards. I revealed some of them, so I'm excited to see who revealed the other ones. Tice. Okay, let's see what they got. Embrace of Nature. We saw this card already. 1 mana, forge, draw, choose 1 card, forge. It has both effects combined. Actually, not a horrible card. I could see this being played, and there are already good choose 1 cards in the standard set right now. Nourish being probably the one I think about the most, but this is a good card. Like we saw this already. I don't know if it's gonna be played. It's really important that it's a nature spell. But yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. All right, I revealed this card. Forest Seedlings, 1 mana, summon 2 1/1 saplings, blossoms in 2 turns, and then the upgraded version of this. If you don't understand how this works, basically, if it sits in your hand for 2 turns, you get the upgraded version, which is Forest Blossoms, and you get bigger treants. Is it good? If Druid wants to build a treant deck, I can highly see it being good. It's just a fine card. The only awkward part is you're keeping a 1 mana card that you're not going to play immediately, which I'm not 100% sure is the right thing to do. Most of the time, I would imagine it's fine because it still costs 1 and 2 turns anyways, but I'm a little nervous of keeping this card in your hand if you're like an aggressive player. This would have to be in a very specific deck for it to be really ran, but we'll see. Lifebinder's Gift. Okay, I have not seen this one yet. 2 mana nature spell. Choose 1, get 2 random nature spells. What the hell? Why would you ever want that? Or reduce the cost of spells in your hand by... Why is this even a choose 1 card? Why is this even a choose 1 card? I guess it synergizes with this, but like, in what reality are you picking the first one ever? In what reality are like, oh, I really want two random nature spells. Yep, 2 random nature spells. I mean, I guess worst case scenario, like if you're losing the game and you need an out, yeah. But I think I'm gonna play 2 mana, reduce the cost of spells in your hand by 1. Like they could delete the first half, and I think the card would probably still see play. That's it's a good card. That's a Druid card right there. If your hand is empty, yeah, I guess. But like, ask yourselves, when does Druid have an empty hand, guys? Druid never has an empty hand. They're cracked. They're literally cracked. They're absolute nutty. Conservator Nymph. I think that's how you say it. 3 mana, 3/4 battle card, transform a friendly treant into a 5/5 ancient with taunt. Again, I saw this. Now, the only thing, I'm not sure if this actually is the case here. I don't think that saplings are treants, right? Can anyone confirm that? Because if a sapling is a treant, this is actually a really good card. If it's not, it's probably okay. I think you're pretty great, or you're pretty happy with just playing this on a treant itself, because the treant can go face, then you play this. You've already summoned it, so it works with the cultivation, which you'll see at some point here. So it's pretty really good. Its name has to be literally treant. Okay, so it's probably fine. I'm not sure if it's insane, but it'll probably see play if the treant deck is good. Frost Lotus Seedling, another card that I revealed. 3 mana, draw 1 card, gain 4 armor. It blossoms in 3 turns in its nature. This is the better blossom card in my opinion, because if you let this sit in your hand for 3 turns, you get a 3 mana, draw 2 cards, gain 8 armor, which is also nature. That is pretty great. And you honestly don't mind keeping a card like this in your hand, unless you're looking for ramp specifically. But I think in general, worst case scenario, if you end up top decking this card before it blossoms, paying 3 mana to draw 1 card isn't the worst thing in the world, but you definitely want to make this blossom if you can. So I don't think it's awful. I think it's okay. I've been talking a lot today, by the way. I'm sorry if my voice sounds really weird. Disciple of Eonar. Okay, I haven't seen this. 4 mana, 4/4 battle cry. Your next choose 1 card has both effects combined. So again, remember when I just spoke about Nourish earlier in this video, and I was like, oh yeah, Nourish is really good with that forge card. Well, you don't even need to forge. What is the point of that spell if you could just play this? You play this on turn 4, you nurse the turn after, you're like, you're the biggest chill in the world. The only reason I think this card just wouldn't see play at all is because the 4-drop spot, oh my god, the 4-drop spot has the 4 mana 3/2 dude that gives you an empty mana crystal, which is obviously really, really good. It draws you a nature spell too. But god, that's pretty insane. Ancient of Growth, 7 mana 5. What the hell? I didn't reveal this card, right? Tice must have revealed this card. 7 mana 5/5. Choose 1, summon 3 2/2 trans, or transform your trans into 5/5 H's with taunt. That's not bad, actually. Your cultivation is 5 mana if you just play this card alone. That's kind of sick. Not bad. Who passed greenhouse gas? I mean, again, If the treant deck works, this card will see play. Maybe a 1 of. I could even see a 2 of. It's a very very good minion. It's just very annoying to deal with, so I could see it. Dope with the combined effect. You're right. Oh, the combined effect is Giga Brain. That's so many cards. That's so many stats, but when's the last time that like big stats have really changed the game? Yeah, you can go like this into that, and that's juicy. So you skip, you do the Blossom guy this turn, you play this the turn after, and then you just fall. Oh my god, Druid looks nuts. Cultivation. I was talking about it earlier. 8 mana, give your minions +2/+2, cost 1 less for each treant you've summoned this game. It is very important that it says summoned and not played. That means cards that just add treants to the board reduce the cost of this. What mana cost would this card be good? I think at 5 mana we're cooking. 4 mana we're cooking really good. 3 mana we're a Michelin star restaurant at that point, and then it only gets better from there, right? I don't know if you ever really want to play this for 8 mana, but if you're gonna put Cultivation in your deck, you're probably summoning treants anyways, so the cost is gonna be reduced. So you're probably happy with this. A lot of this seems to be like, if the treant deck is good, the treant deck is gonna be great. It seems like, just because these cards seem so strong. Freya, Keeper of Nature. 8 mana 4/6, choose 1, duplicate your hand or summon copies of all other friendly minions. Yo, that's duplicate your hand or summon copies of all other friendly minions. Is that not insane? If this was not in Druid, this card probably wouldn't see any play. But because Druid does have the ability to ramp, and it doesn't have to, you don't have to be Highlander. It's I could see it. I could see it. It's pretty sick. Also, really like the art. I like it. eonar the Lifebinder. I talked about it again in the Titans review video, but I think this card's really good. I'd be surprised if Druid doesn't play this at some point. It's just a really good card. I guess Druid at this point is like, hey, do we want treants or do we want big minions? And I would imagine that most of the time you probably want ramp into both. I'm a big fan. I don't know. I feel very confident. Like, Druid looks good. Priest looks good. Hunter looks good. There's a lot of classes I feel very optimistic on. And Druid is just one of those classes that are just, they're always super scary. But I'm pretty sure this card right here makes so many things possible. And I'm really excited for it. There's so many use cases for a card like this, dude. Jesus Christ. And you're at some point, you have to be like, okay, I have to kill every minion they play. Otherwise, I just lose, right? There's a copy of the Titan 2 or 3 abilities if you refresh your mana crystals. I am not sure about the interaction with Titans. I don't know how that would work, but maybe. I'm sure Ty showed it in his video. We'll see. God damn, this expansion just looks so nutty. Like, it looks so good. Jesus. Festival of Legends power was like maybe here. I think this one's like up here. Like they're kind of cracked.